Hey, what's up, geeks? Darron Brown here. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to use the flat list, and I'll explain later why the flat list is important. Now, I was thinking about just creating a simple list and just showing you guys how to do it that way. But I want to make this channel fire, so I'm going to try to put together something that's a little bit creative, and I didn't want to think about anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this design and we're going to create a flat list using this. All right, so let's get into it. I'm gonna go to my text editor. Let me see, I gotta close this. All right, flat list, cool. Make sure my simulator is shown on the right screen. And then also I have Photoshop open so that we can grab some of these colors later on in the video. So yeah, man, let's just get straight into it right now. Let's not waste any time. All right, so view, we're going to have a style. Background color, make this red. Then we're going to give the height, make this 50. Width is going to be 100%. All right, so we see how it look right now. Okay, the height's going to be a little bit higher than that, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab my height. I'm going to multiply that by 0.02. It's too big. Okay, 0.15, 1.8. Let me see how big it was in that image. I think 1.8 is big enough. I think that's probably too big. 117. Okay, that's gonna work. And we're gonna make the border radius. I'm gonna say that that's 15. Okay, cool. Now we're going to give it also padding of, let's say 10. I'm all over the place. Okay, and I'm going to pass in just the text component just to see how things look. Type in anything. That's not good enough. As you can see in our actual design, the padding is a little bit fatter than that. So it looks like the padding is going to be something like 20. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add this little circle container. I don't have these images, but we're going to add like this little container right here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just make that. We're going to add another view. I'm going to go ahead and just create a card. We're going to make this the card. And instead of using the background color of red, I'm just going to grab black. I might have black up here. Yes, I do not. So grab 0. Plug in that. Style card. I'm trying to rush through this because this could go on a while. I want to make sure that we get to actually using our flat list. So right now I'm going to add another view. I'm going to add the style. We're going to say height is 100%. Well, actually, we have to add a few views. So we're going to say flex direction is going to be row, and align items is going to be center. Okay. We're going to give our square, we're going to say that its height is 100%. And the width is going to be, it's going to be 30%. Okay, we gotta add some background color. I'm going to give it the color of yellow. What is that? Orange? Yeah. Orange. And I'm going to actually update the card to be from being black to being blue. Yeah. Errors on errors. That's what coding is all about. Now, the reason we're getting this is because we don't actually have anything in there. So I'm going to add a text in there. Say hi or he or something. It's giving me, oh, flex growth. So this has to be, height has to be 100%. And width has to be 100% as well. Okay, there we go. And we're going to give it the radius of 15, I believe. Yeah, 15. Okay, cool. I'm going to make my width. I'm just going to increase it till it looks nice. 35. Okay, cool. So we can move this. Now I'm going to make this our content. So it's going to be styles.content. Content. Cool. And you have to do the same thing for our I'll just name it something square. Okay, hopefully that's how you spell square. I think it is. I would have got an error or some kind of warning. All right, cool. And actually, because we're not even adding anything to that view, we can just go ahead and close it like that. Cool. Now we're going to create, let me get my square. Well, hold on. Let me see. What's the design? Let's go ahead. Yeah, we're going to create this portion of the app. So we have to add another view. This view, we're going to give it the background color for the time being, just so we can see it. Pink, height 100%, and the width, this is 35, so that's going to make our width say 62. Okay, let me save that and see what it looks like. Okay, and now within our content, we have our flex direction. We're going to say justify content. We're going to say space between. And obviously we know what that's going to do. So it's going to create some space between our components. And I'm also going to update the width because it's a little too big. That's perfect. Border radius is going to be 15 as well. We want everything looking fly, just like that. And let me see. Is there any kind of padding at top? No, there is not. Surprised about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just add, we're going to just say description. Okay. All right, so styles, that description. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add to this. Why is it still black? Okay, blue. I thought I added that. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm going to add some text. So let me see, do we want it to look exactly like this? Well, I guess I told you it would look like this. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna say first we're gonna add another view, 2 views, right? And our first view is going to have our name, an address. So we're going to say text. This is going to be Darron Brown. Text is going to be address. And then the next one is going to be the same thing. All right, and then we're going to say that this description container is going to be, we're also going to add space between. And let me see how that looked again. Oh, I know why it's looking all funky. It's because I have this. So let me actually update my text, make it white. So we're going to say style. We're going to say this is going to be like our header. So we're going to say font size. This is going to be 20. Font weight is going to be bold. Okay, cool. And let me see how that looks again. I think that's fine for right now. So I'm going to say header. All right, and I forgot to add the color. White. Okay. And then here, I'm just going to add another one that's like text. I'm going to say that this is, it's not going to be bold. It's going to be like 400. Color's going to be white. Font's going to be 16. Okay, just add text here. Style. Styles.text. Okay, that's just gonna have to work. And then we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna copy this. Paste it right here. Okay, and then how does that look in the design again? It's going to add. Well, I don't like the way. I'm gonna add some. Well, let's see. I'll just say something like GeekMODE founded by Darron Brown 2020. All right, that's gonna have to work for right now. This is just a tutorial showing you guys how it's supposed to work. So where's that pink? I'm gonna remove that pink because we're not even supposed to have that. Border radius shouldn't even be there. And I might as well just add like, I'll say I'll add some padding. Top. Padding top is going to be 10. And then padding bottom is going to be 10. It just doesn't look like it's just too much space. So 7. Okay, that works. All right, so now that we have our card, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to create another file titled. This is going to be data.js. Now, data.js file, we're going to create export const data. And this is going to be equal to an array. It's going to have a few objects in there. And ID is going to be 1. Name, Darron Brown. Address, 1, 2, 3. Well, it has to be a string. 1, 2, 3. GeekMODE street. And what else is going to have like the description? So So what should I say for that? Actually, I'll just keep it like that. You guys get the point. So I'm going to add a list of about, whoa, why did it copy everything the way I wanted to copy? So just add about, yeah, I'm going to update these names. O'Shea, Duke, Jackson, MJ, Dennis Rodman, Charles Barkley. I don't need that. That's how you spell his name. I think that's enough. All right, cool. So also have to update these IDs. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what we have right here, we have our card. Okay, so here goes our card. So that's 2, 2. So right now we're going to import our data, and we're going to map through it. So this is why we use FlatList. So before we do that, I'm actually going to use the map. So we're going to say data. If data is true, let's say data.map. We're going to loop through this. So we're going to grab our item, and we're going to return. We're going to turn everything we have here. Cut this out, paste that in there, and we're going to reference our item.name. Well, let's add this key, because it's going to say key. It's going to bring up some kind of warning. So I'll say index, and I'll say key is going to equal reference to index. And now this is going to be item.name. Cool, cool, cool. As you can see, the O'Shea, all that's coming through. And what else is it? Item.address. I think that's what it was. What's going on? Oh, wow. Did I just leave out the address? I thought I had that. Oh, my bad. Address 123, 1234, whatever. GeekMODE Street. That was my fault. You guys probably saw that as I was deleting. So as you can see, we got the GeekMODE Street, and I'm going to also update our card. So this is card. We're going to say margin bottom. It's going to be 20. All right, so we use map to get all of our data to show, right? Now, the reason we don't want to do that, is because say you're building an application for a company or for yourself, and that company is sending you their API, and the API has a list of images, or say for Instagram, you know, when you scroll through your Instagram, there's like a bunch of posts that people make with a collection of images. Now that can be 100, 200 images. I mean, you can scroll through Instagram forever, but just about. So that could be 1,000 images. Now, if you were to use a map, the problem is that map would actually load all of those images. It will load 1,000 images at once, and that will slow down your application. So what FlatList does, it actually only loads the images that are showing on the screen at that specific time. As you can see right now, we only have six showing, right? I believe that's all we have anyway. So let me go ahead and just add a little bit more data. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's not going to scroll because I didn't actually add a scroll view, right? But you get the point. Even though everything's not shown on our screen, it loads all of those, using map loads all of those all that data. So you want to control that. And you can control that by using FlatList. So I'm going to go to actually React Native's website, FlatList. React Native. And I strongly advise you guys, when you're coding, you're building something, just always go to React Native and get a feel for how the components actually work. As you can see, FlatList is a component. We can bring it from React Native, and all we have to do is pass in the data. And then we have, this is our component, and we have our key extractor. So I'm gonna go ahead and just copy that. And I'm going to put that above here. And I'm going to import FlatList. All right. Now I'm going to pass in the data. And I'm going to say, instead of that render item thing, what we're going to do is just like that. Put this key extractor up here. I'm going to say return. And then also, what was that render item little thing? So you have to like destructure it and grab the item. That's just how it works with FlatList. So we're going to have to destructure our item just like that. And we're going to have to pass in our component. So I'm going to cut this out. Paste that in there just like that. Can't find variable index. Oh. So now we're going to actually, sorry about that, let me see, index. Okay, cool. Now we're scrolling through our actual FlatList, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. All right, so now just use it. Now you get a feel for how FlatList actually works, and you can do a lot more of FlatList, but this is about as the extent I'm going to go in this video. If there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to reach out to me. Also, you can check out courses at GeekMODE.tech. You can follow me on social media. And yeah, once again, thank you for being a part of this community. It's growing strong, and I love reading your comments, whether you agree with something I said or didn't agree. It's cool, man. I don't mind having a conversation. So yeah, I'm just enjoying the journey, and you guys have a good one. Peace.